Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Magic. On the second day of BTS's concert in Madrid, the camera once again captured a series of moments that kept fans unable to look away from Jimin and Jungkook's interactions, not only on stage, but also in every small detail that unfolded. Starting from soundcheck, choreography, to spontaneous moments that felt so natural and meaningful. As the second day of the Madrid concert continued, more interesting moments between Jimin and Jungkook were once again recorded, instantly catching fans' attention. As always, their interactions stood out within BTS's overall performance, even though the concert was filled with the powerful energy of all the members. The first moment took place during the soundcheck session. Jungkook was seen entering from the back of the stage, while Jimin was already positioned at the front. Jungkook appeared in his signature relaxed style, yet still drew attention with noticeable details in his appearance. Meanwhile, Jimin moved actively across the stage with a light, energetic expression. On several occasions, Jungkook was seen glancing toward Jimin from a distance as Jimin walked and carried out his movements on stage. The interaction looked simple, but for attentive viewers, it conveyed a sense of closeness that remained intact even amid the busy concert preparations. During the performance of So What, the stage was filled with high energy from all members. However, fans' attention still gravitated toward Jimin and Jungkook, who were positioned on the same side of the stage. Although they were not always side by side, the distance between them never truly felt significant. In several choreography sections, they gradually moved closer without it feeling forced. In the song Idol, Jimin briefly turned toward Jungkook with a soft and natural expression. This small gesture looked like a quick reflex, as if checking Jungkook's presence before refocusing on the choreography. Although simple, the moment was one of the easiest for fans' cameras to capture because it felt so spontaneous and genuine. As the concert progressed, they were at times positioned far apart on stage. However, that distance never lasted long. During transitions, they would naturally meet again in closer areas. Whenever they shared the same space, their closeness was clearly visible, as if the stage itself did not truly separate them. Even though choreography formations sometimes required them to part ways, they consistently found their way back to each other, walking side by side, glancing at one another, and following each other's movements naturally. At certain moments, Jimin was seen making small gestures such as light touches or signals toward Jungkook, which were then met with similar responses. Jungkook also occasionally initiated movements first, which Jimin would follow until they were once again in sync in their dance. There were also moments when they exchanged brief eye contact before continuing their respective choreography, reinforcing a strong sense of nonverbal communication on stage. Throughout the concert, Jimin was repeatedly seen instinctively looking for Jungkook's presence. This habit has often been observed in their performances. At certain moments, especially during choreography breaks or softer parts of songs, they almost always turned to look at each other. It felt like a silent language that had naturally developed over the years. In several special song segments, Jimin was once again seen glancing toward Jungkook, as if hoping their eyes would meet, even if only for a brief second. These small moments are often fan favorites because they feel so natural and impossible to fabricate. One of the most intense moments of the concert happened when Jimin and Jungkook nearly crossed paths at extremely close range. Many fans admitted they were shocked, as from certain camera angles the two appeared to almost bump into each other face to face and nearly kiss. The brief moment immediately became a hot topic across social media. After being separated on different sides of the stage for quite some time, it felt like something naturally pulled them back together. Shortly after, the two were also seen sharing a brief hug on stage. Although it lasted only a moment, it left a deep impression on fans who have followed their journey. For many, it became one of the emotional highlights of the concert. From another angle, Jungkook was seen watching Jimin dance before returning to the main formation. There was also a moment when they stood on the same side while drinking water, exchanging silent glances without many gestures, yet still filled with meaning. During Not Today, they were repeatedly seen being drawn toward the same area of the stage, even though they were technically positioned in different choreography formations. This moment stood out as it showed how they still appeared connected, despite being physically separated by stage blocking. Throughout the performance, Jungkook several times naturally returned to areas near Jimin, almost as if unconsciously seeking the same space. Even until the end of the concert, despite being separated by seating formations and stage transitions, their closeness remained consistent. Jimin was also seen several times looking for Jungkook during stage changes. As always, by the end of the concert, they ended up on the same side again, walking side by side and interacting by throwing items toward ARMY as a warm, energetic, and enthusiastic closing from start to finish. After the concert ended, another surprise came when Jungkook suddenly went live on Weverse without any prior announcement. His appearance immediately drew thousands of fans into the stream within minutes. His look became a major highlight as he appeared shirtless, wearing only Calvin Klein jeans that he had also worn during soundcheck. That relaxed yet confident style once again made social media explode. He seemed to enjoy interacting with fans, occasionally smiling while reading the continuously flooding comments. During the live, Jungkook rewatched BTS-related content from some time ago. This nostalgic moment brought fans back to many of their shared memories. One of the most talked about moments was when he rewatched the balance game with Jin. In one dilemma scenario, Jungkook without hesitation chose Jimin, giving a spontaneous answer that once again drew fans' attention as it reflected his personality. A few moments later, he came across a fan edit of Jimin's later advertisement. His reaction immediately caught attention as he smiled and repeatedly said, "Oh, Jimin sexy, Jimin sexy," with a spontaneous expression that made the comment section explode. There was also a small detail fans noticed again: the similarity in topics between Jungkook and Jimin within a short time frame. A day earlier, Jimin had talked about whales, and during the live Jungkook also featured similar whale-themed content. This small coincidence once again sparked fan discussions about their often aligned habits. During the live, Jungkook responded to a "Marry Me" comment from a fan in a relaxed and humorous way. He said he wasn't thinking about marriage at the moment and jokingly suggested fans ask the other members instead, filling the live with laughter. He also showed a quirky side when he opened a drink bottle using his iPhone, a simple action that quickly went viral for being both unusual and entertaining. However, the most serious moment came when he addressed personal boundaries. Responding to repeated comments telling him to go to bed earlier, Jungkook thanked fans for their concern but asked them not to repeat such comments. He explained that he often struggles with sleep and sometimes only manages to rest around noon. Because of this, he hoped fans would understand his situation and not try to control that aspect of his life. He emphasized that he is fine and capable of managing his own life, delivering the message calmly but firmly as a reminder that care should also come with respect for an artist's personal space. Toward the end of the live, the atmosphere burst into laughter again when a fan asked him to show his chest. He laughed and called the comment perverted jokingly, bringing the mood back to a light tone. After talking for quite a while, Jungkook eventually ended the live by thanking all the fans who had joined him. He said goodbye with a warm smile before closing the broadcast. From the beginning to the end of the concert, Jimin and Jungkook once again showed their closeness through simple moments, brief glances, small gestures, and spontaneous interactions that quickly became fan highlights. Even after the stage ended, their story continued. Which moment stood out the most for you? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep following Jikook Magic. See you in the next video.